Hi, I'm Evita Myriam, and I want to talk to you for a moment about spirituality. How do you serve humanity? What do you do to be a spiritual human being? Spirituality is not religion, as you know. Spirituality is a deep sense that there is an inner meaning to whatever we are, whoever we are, that we're surrounded by um, divinity, that everything within us and around us is divine. To become wonderful world servers, to become human beings with a cause, to provide the earth with some good, loving energy, and to help heal the problems of humanity in the earth. You can indeed do a great deal just by reciting a prayer, praying for humanity in whatever you believe. Universe, thank you for blessing the earth with peace and love and sweetness. Thank you for making people understanding. To the stars, thank you for blessing the entire earth, all humanity, with awareness that we all, most of us, the great majority of human beings want the same thing: safety, love, peace, happiness, joy, abundance. So, these are fundamentals that we have to agree upon. And these fundamentals that we agree upon, we can really materialize just by prayer, or just by asking the stars, the sun, to download these energies to the earth, like bless us. This is what it means to bless, right? To bring down these energies. Now, today it's full moon, and when it is full moon, a lot of energy is reflected on the moon from the sun. It's solar energy, right? It's the sun's energy that is coming down. And why people are becoming sometimes very stressed and very upset or angry is because so much energy comes and their aura is not clean. Their aura is full of negative thoughts, worry, anger, hatred, all these things. So when this comes, this grow, the energy is like fertilizer. It feeds, it feeds, it feeds the humanity, the earth, from the sun. The sun is our source of energy, right? It's a natural source of energy. This is why I don't understand why we do not have our energy from the sun. But anyway, we will see what happens in the future. So when this happens, people get upset because they are completely, their negative energies grow. So one way to purify is to always ask for purification. It's very simple. You can just say, universe, Lord God, angels, stars, beneficial stars, because perhaps there are not so beneficial stars, stars that are beneficial to humanity, whatever you believe in. And even if you can say, if there is something out there that is, good and wants what is good for me, wants my best outcome to manifest. Thank you for blessing me, or for energizing me, for purifying me of all my negative emotions and thoughts. And thank you for blessing me with peace, with love, whatever you want. You can ask. Even in the Bible, it says, ask and you shall receive. So I think, we can ask, but if you want to have a steady practice and you don't want to enter a spiritual school, like, for example, I'm a pranic healer and an arhatic yogi, and I have trained my hands to feel the energy, and I can heal people, help heal people. I'm just an instrument, for the energy, for the angels, the healing angels, etc., to heal. So if you don't want to do something like that, because through that you can verify the teachings, right? It's not something that you believe in blindly. You can scan the energy, you can feel what happens to a body when they think positively, when they think negatively. You can feel the cause of disease, all these things. So if you don't want to do something like that, enter pranic healing, which is a safe and steady path, then, and you don't want to improvise on, on your prayer every time, although, you know, the great masters say that they prefer you to improvise. They cringe when they listen to the same and same old prayers, except of course, some divinely given prayers like the Our Lord's Prayer, and also the Great Invocation. One of the greatest things you can do as a human being, except taking care of people, animals, and plants, because whatever is also in a lower kingdom than the human kingdom, it needs to be provided from us instead of being ruined. We are the caretakers. So if you want to, you know, to do some good work and to have your energy change and your mood improve and your health improve and your finances improve and your karma change to good from negative, and see, affirmation from my phone, and everything turn good or turn toward the good, better, then you can do the Great Invocation, especially on full moons, because there's so much energy. And if we direct it toward the good, then all this energy that comes down, you know, becomes positive energy instead of getting everybody upset. So how you can do it, you can visualize the earth in front of you if you want, at the level of your heart, you know. So if you want, if you don't want to use your hands and bless the earth, when you bless, the energy goes through you and you're purified. So if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to bless the earth, and you can imagine the earth, you know, you can imagine this light and love and power pour over it. And here's the Great Invocation. This is, you can repeat after me. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. Let love descend on earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters and the teachers know and serve. Let goodwill and the will to do good descend on earth. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power descend on earth, restore, manifest, anchor the divine plan on earth. So be it, so be it, so be it, and so it is. So you can follow that mentally, you know, as I say it. You can put this video again and listen to it. You can find it, you can Google it. It's called the Great Invocation. And you can print it out and say it until you learn it. And also on Facebook, there is this group that is called, that I have created. It's called the Great Invocation Worldwide. And in that group, there are no irrelevant posts. There are only posts from groups all over the world who do the Great Invocation live online. And there are different times, from Peru to Madagascar to Dubai, you know, to all over the world, India. You have groups that are doing the Great Invocation every day, all the time. I mean, every hour you can find the Great Invocation. If you cannot, you can contact me and I will find you a group that, or we can create one, right? All right. So this is a good cause. You know, if you just do this, if you just say the Great Invocation once per day, you will see your life improve greatly. But it's very important that you feel it. When you say, let the plan of light, from the point of light within the mind of God, you don't have to be thinking of an old man with a beard, you know, and his light coming from his mind. That's not God, you know. Would God be an old man with a beard? If he could had a choice, he would, you know, he would be something more magnificent than an old, I mean, physically, right? So I think God is an enormous being, that contains us and that we're connected to. And this is a metaphor, it's an allegory for the Father, for the wisdom, the old man with the beard. So much is allegorical in everything that we read, in all the scriptures, in all religions, so many things. Sometimes I laugh because I hear people being afraid of something, and it's really not at all that frightening. It is an allegory. It's a pity. Ignorance is the greatest problem of humanity, unfortunately. I don't know everything at all. I mean, I don't know 1,000th of it, but I have understood what's going on, what is. So, and who I am. We are all divine beings, united with our higher soul, and from there on with God, the universe, and the multiverse, the many universes. Anyway, so when it says from the point of light within the mind of God, you can imagine, a ray of light coming down from the abstract mind of God. You don't have to pinpoint it. It doesn't have to be the mind of an old man or something. Let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. What is light? Light is awareness, right? What I do is you can do it, of course, whatever to you is light, but I imagine that people are just being made aware that, oh, there's no point to fight anymore. There is no reason why we should think negatively. There is no reason why we should have all this separatism. There is no reason why we should not think for ourselves. And then this light, this awareness, comes down. Because if we change, there's going to be no revolution. You know that. It's not going to, the world will not change through a revolution. It's going to change, through individuals. We will change one by one. So we have to hurry up, right? So we will change one by one. And when we change and we become harmless, full of love and forgiveness and understanding, because light is also understanding, then our aura is going to, we will walk in the street and everybody will get that information from our aura and will feel, wow, I feel peace, I feel good, and this is informing everyone. Just by changing yourself, you change the world to a great extent that you cannot imagine. And then when you say from the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth, you can imagine people hugging, people loving. You can open your heart to love, and imagine that you love. Now, if you have a child or a loved one or a pet that you love, you can, or your garden, or a bird, whatever, you can just think of them and open and use that love that you feel for your loved ones to bless the entire earth with. And this really goes to everyone, everywhere. That's how we still exist, because millions of people pray and meditate daily. And then when it says from the center where the will of God is known, that is the will to do good, the will to be good, the power to overcome negative tendencies and to be good, to do what is right, to refrain from unwholesome actions and behaviors, as my teacher says. My teacher, by the way, founder of pranic healing and arhatic yoga, is Master Choa Kok Sui, an amazing man, a philanthropist, where thousands of families in the Philippines live because of him and feed because of him and have an education because of him. He's amazing. I don't even know the magnitude of his philanthropy. Anyway, and he's a genius, more than a genius, a saint to me. And then when it says from the center, which we call the race of men, like we imagine humanity being, when we become higher beings, when we become saints, or, we will all one day become greater beings. We will evolve, right? We're not going to stay forever with our faults. We incarnate to build character. So when we become better beings, then one day perhaps we will enter the higher planes of the teachers. And when we enter those planes, this is the masters and the great teachers, and this is like the center, our home, so It's like when you say from the center which we call the race of man, let the plan of love and light work out. There is a divine plan actually of light and of love. And there's this plan that will work out, and we're now have turned from if you have heard of, we're going toward the age of Aquarius and toward where humanity is going to be united in love and peace, and everything good will bloom in the world. I know it sounds crazy after 2 years of pandemic to say so. And I saw all this feeding crisis looming above our heads and all that, and all these scares, and scarcities. But this is where we're going. That's the divine plan. It says, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Well, the way I see it, this means that when you are, in accordance to the plan of love and light, you accept it, you say, yes, I want love and light. I don't want light, meaning understanding, compassion, knowledge that is wholesome, that is good, right? Only that kind of light. I think there's only good kind of light. Maybe some bad kind of light, but it's not natural in any case. So I'm talking about this kind of light, right? So when what happens when you're in accordance with that plan, the divine plan, the good plan, that seals the door where evil dwells in you. It's all about how we will change and humanity will change. It closes the door to evil thoughts and words and actions. So it's like commanding yourself to be good and to not allow negative energies to approach you. You cannot fight darkness by a sword. You need to turn the light on. There's no other way. You cannot attack darkness. If your aura is full of love, nothing can hurt you. Even if something hurts you, which is unlikely, but even if something hurts you when you are full of love, then you have a peaceful transition, and then you incarnate in an even better position, But if you live in fear and anger and hatred and defensiveness and, armed and ready to kill, then this is attracting that, which you're emitting. So if you want to be safe, ask for angels to surround your home, your life, your neighborhood and yourself. And that's how you seal the door where evil dwells. You just ask for the angels to protect you from negativity, negative thoughts and words. And let light, it says, and love and power descend on earth, restore, manifest. And I say anchor because one of my teachers says anchor, and I like that. I always said anchor. So I love it. It's anchor the divine plan on earth. Because it's light, you have to bring it down. You have to anchor it into the earth to materialize it. And to close, I just want to say that one of the ways to materialize the light is ethical businesses. I'm going to talk about this soon in the upcoming 2 to 6 August, I think, is the next free session that I will have that is going to be calling Spiritualizing Matter. That's going to be good. You will love it. So this was a little bit, for someone who is not into the spiritual path. They may think this is too religious or this is too, no. There is divine energy. There is the angelic kingdom. There are beings that are not like human beings. And they are not men with wings. This is human imagination. And they're harmless, they're good, they love us. We're protected, but we don't know it, unfortunately. We're protected. All we have to do is ask for protection, And if you ask for protection and you fear that everything is going to attack you because these dark forces are out there and they will punish you, okay, let them punish you. They cannot punish you much because in that plane where they are, they cannot do much. They can scare you perhaps, but you hear a sound or something. So what? It's better than to be living in fear all your life. You have to come out into the light. That's where you're protected, when you're good. So thank you for listening to this long video, and be good. It's worth it. It brings joy and love and light and power over yourself, mainly. See you.